What's going on, guys, and welcome back to WWE Network and Chill, where every single week I, Graham Giuseppe Matthews, break down all the original programming that I watch on the WWE Network, as well as on the E! Network, with the return of Total Divas. We got Season 8 coming up, Episode 1 from this past Wednesday, called, let's see what it was called here, Good Girls Don't Make History. We'll be breaking that down here today. Yeah, Season 8 of the show I've been watching since fucking Episode 1. My review of the Season 7 episodes are up here on the channel from earlier this year. Be sure to check that out. My reviews of Total Bellas Seasons 2 and 3 also up here on the channel. As well as Ms. and Mrs. that just wrapped up just a few weeks ago. So be sure to check out all those reviews up here on the channel. I'm hoping to get these up on Fridays. I was busy yesterday, so I couldn't record it yesterday. But I'm hoping to get these up on a weekly basis on Fridays. In addition to whatever else airs on the network after Raw or after a pay-per-view on Mondays or Tuesdays. Anyway, so we start off the episode with a recap of the women's evolution dating back to when the show first premiered in 2013. Remember that series pilot had featured Cameron, Naomi, and the Bella Twins being disappointed that they were being left off the WrestleMania card. I mean, they were supposed to be on the show. They got cut at the last second. That was the premiere of the show. And now fast forward 5 years later, they're killing it. They're on fucking WrestleMania with like 5 different matches. And they're all over the card. So we get a recap of the women's evolution from that point to where we are now, in addition to Ronda Rousey coming to WWE, which has nothing at all to do with the show, except for the fact that, really doesn't have anything to do with this episode whatsoever. Ronda Rousey is not on the show. No one on the show is facing her, but they do talk about her like, oh, how is she? How do you like working with her? I mean, they have to fucking include Ronda Rousey because she's a big name, so they have to mention her, even though she really has nothing to do with this show. Anyway, so we have Nia Jax talking about facing Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania, and especially as WrestleMania gets closer, she feels more and more nervous. Now, she was at WrestleMania a year prior. It wasn't a one-on-one match. Before this year, before Charlotte and Asuka and Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax, we hadn't had a WrestleMania with a standard singles match for the women since WrestleMania 22 with Trish Stratus versus Mickie James, which is pretty crazy. Anyway, this was a great match, or that was a great match, and it had been, almost a dozen years since her last women's match at WrestleMania. But anyway, point being that Nia Jax is really, really nervous for the match. She talks about her and Alexa Bliss having a falling out, which I'm sure is all storyline based. I'm pretty sure they're still friends in real life. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. Maybe that is a shoot. I don't know. Alexa Bliss, for those unaware, was here on the show. She was on Total Divas Season 7, which I talked about here on the channel, cheap plug. And she's no longer on the show, probably because she has no drama and she really had no business being on the show in the first place. I mean, I love Alexa Bliss, but she didn't really have much drama. Like, she's not like these other girls. She's not as emotional and all this other shit, so they probably thought that she wasn't a great fit for the show. And Carmella was also here in the show. And Maurice, who got added, I think, in Season 6. Maurice has her own show now with Ms. and Mrs., which is why she's not on anymore. And then Renee Young used to be on. She got taken off after Season 6. Carmella was on, but she broke up with Big Cass. There's no real reason for her to be on the show. So those were all the latest additions and subtractions from the show. Paige was brought back for Season 8, which we'll talk about in a moment. Anyway, so Nia Jax, she shares her gear, her WrestleMania gear, a bit of a preview with the other girls. They go to the Hall of Fame, and she also still feels that she's too new to the business and that she feels there's a pretty good chance she could fuck up in her biggest opportunity to date at WrestleMania. So more on Nia Jax later. She does kind of tie into the Paige story here. So Paige is back on Total Divas after I think only being gone for Season 6 or 7, maybe both. I think Season 6 she was on, not Season 7, but she is back. She returns to New Orleans for WrestleMania weekend. It was in New Orleans where she made her debut 4 years earlier, and it's also where she's going to have to make her retirement speech on Monday's Raw. Now, she knows well about this, well in advance, days in advance before WrestleMania, but she can't say anything to the public until Raw comes about on Monday. So she's going to be doing Battle Royal commentary, the commentary for the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, and learns that she has to retire on Raw. So she's obviously very emotional about that because of the injury that she suffered many years earlier. She meets up with Lana, Natalya, Naomi. They go on a Gator tour. Paige feels that she's done everything to heal up her injury, including going to a fucking psychic. She believes in that chick going to a psychic, a voodoo doll place. and she has to deny rumors and interviews and stuff that everything's fine, I'm going to be doing okay, and then she's going to be retiring like that Monday on Raw, so it's a very hard thing to go through. So she sits down with a psychic who calls her a powerful woman. Really, nothing is accomplished at all by this. So she paid this woman for no real reason. Psychics are, I mean, if you're into that thing, that's cool. I mean, I think there is something to the supernatural, but I don't think a woman's going to tell you, oh, am I going to be cleared for in-ring action or not? Like, maybe it's a good thing to get good vibes from people. Like, I understand that, but I think that type of shit is just a waste of time because they're just going to make generalities and figure out things about you that they probably have already assumed by you just by looking at you and knowing you. But anyway, so that happens. She also played a joke on Naomi because Naomi hates psychics and she wants nothing to do with it, so she played a joke on Naomi in regards to that. She confronts Nia Jax in the hotel because this entire episode long, she's asking Nia Jax to hang out, and Nia's like, I'm really, really busy. I got this match coming up on Sunday. I'm doing a lot of press shit. And Paige, at some point, she comes to the conclusion that Nia just does not want to hang out with her anymore. She doesn't want to be friends with her. She's too good for me. She doesn't want to hang out with me. Blah, blah, blah. Which is, I guess, one way to react. But then she goes, oh, you don't want to be friends with me anymore because I can't wrestle anymore. And that's why you don't want to be friends with me. Like, what a dumb explanation. Like, I'm sure this was all done for TV. But still, oh, you don't want to be my friend anymore because I can't wrestle. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, get off your whatever you're on, lady. Like, get off of it because that's such a dumb explanation as to why someone would not want to be your friend. And clearly, Nia is very busy. I could see why Paige would be lonely, and she broke it down right after that. Nia went after her. They sat down and talked about it. They made up, but she doesn't know what to do. And I don't blame her, and she's very stressed out and whatnot, but you don't say, oh, you don't want to be my friend anymore because you don't want to hang out with me because I can't wrestle anymore. Like, what a dumb thing to say. But anyway, like I said, they kind of sat down, they talked about it. She said Naomi kind of hurt her feelings and calling the psychic stuff dumb. And Naomi clarified, listen, I understand. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. That shit's just not for me. So Naomi did go there to a voodoo specialist that Paige had gone to a couple days earlier with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. So Paige goes back. Naomi goes. She doesn't go in. She stays in the car. And I think Paige was with someone else too. Maybe Natalia? I don't remember. It was Lana. It was Lana. So she goes to the specialist, and she doesn't really say anything to her. She just wants good vibes, like, oh, I want to be cleared for in-ring action, like, I want your good blessings, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, Paige had to retire anyway, so that did absolutely no good whatsoever, but at least she tried. So the second story of this episode is Brie Bella and Nikki Bella going to WrestleMania weekend to promote Birdie B, which is at the WrestleMania store. So Brie Bella finds out about this. They get Birdie B at the WrestleMania Superstore over WrestleMania weekend. Brie Bella kind of has to do everything by herself after finding out that the current president of Birdie B had left, and now Brie has to kind of take over on her own. So before they even get there, all the Birdie B shit is in the store. Natalia and Lana go to the Superstore to check it out, see the Birdie B stuff, film a video promoting it, and Natalia wants to get the word out that Birdie B stuff is at the store. So before even that happens, Natalia does a signing with a fan access signing with Tyson Kidd, and she feels, oh, you're unimportant, I want compliments. Like, get over yourself, lady. Like, Tyson Kidd, love me some TJ. The guy is awesome. He's very funny. He's not bashing Natalia the entire time. He's just having fun with it here. But it is great to see Tyson Kidd back because it brings back memories of all those episodes from the first few seasons of them arguing and nothing obviously ever came of it. Someone actually asked me recently whatever happened to TJ and Natalia. Did they ever break up, get a divorce, whatever? Clearly not. Obviously not because they're still together. But yeah, they teased tension for a while there in those first few seasons, and Tyson Kidd is no longer on the show, probably because he didn't want to be. But he is back here. Great to see TJ. So anyway, Natalia and the girls go to Bourbon Street to promote Birdie B, and Natalia is clearly drunk. And Nia Jax is she's taking it a step too far. This is the wrong type of promotion to be getting here. Birdie B would not be benefiting from this whatsoever because Natalia's making promises that she can't live up to. She's like, oh yeah, if you go to Birdie B on at the Superstore, you can meet Brie and Nikki Bella. You can fucking hang out with them. They'll be there. Clearly they won't be. They ended up doing a signing there, but not at the Birdie B store, but rather at the fan access thing. So they're giving people coupons and flyers saying that the Bella twins will hang out with them if they go meet them, or they go to the fucking Superstore or whatever. So that's obviously a problem. Brie and Nikki find out about this when they get to WrestleMania, they arrive in New Orleans for the WrestleMania fan access signing, and fans come up to Brie and Nikki saying, like, hey, Natalya promised me this, and she promised me that, to hang out with you. Like, what's up with that? And they're like, okay, what's going on here? So they see the video of Natalya promoting the store. Like, at the store, well before she even got drunk. She was in front of the Birdie B section at the store, and she was like, hey, yeah, if you come on down, you can, also take part in meeting them and hanging out with them. Like, she said this on video, thinking they wouldn't see it. Like, how stupid. So the Bella twins go to attend Superstars for Hope. Natalya's there as well. They confront her about it. Nothing too, malicious or whatever. Like, they just talk about it. Natalia's like, yeah, I just really wanted to promote the store. And they're like, yeah, that's nice and all, but don't fucking make promises you can't keep. And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. And they forgive her, and that's it. So kind of a dumb story to kind of close out the episode. The Paige stuff is a lot more compelling, so be sure to check that out on this episode of Total Divas, the Season 8 premiere. Good Girls Don't Make History. Check it out on the E! Network before the Episode 2 airs this coming Tuesday. Or Wednesday, rather. I forget what days these shows air, so you can check out my full thoughts on all the Total Divas episodes Season 7 right here on Network and Chill from a few months ago. You can check out my full thoughts on the rest of Season 8 right here on Network and Chill as I bring you new episodes every single Friday. Hopefully, I know it's Saturday, but I'm hoping Friday if I can get my shit done. So it's going to be up on Friday going forward. And then on Monday, you can check out my reviews, or Tuesdays rather, my reviews of whatever airs on the network after Monday Night Raw or the pay-per-view. So all that being said, guys, thank you guys for checking out the show as always. I appreciate it. I also did a Network and Chill earlier on this week talking about the Mick Foley 30 Years of Hell stand-up show, the stand-up special, and it was awesome. It was about an hour and 15 minutes. Reviewed it here in the channel for about 20-25 minutes. It's great. Check out the review. Check out the show itself. It's well worth the time. So be sure to like this video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Like I said, folks, we'll be back next week with more Network and Chill, Wrestle Rant, hashtag AskGSM, and much, much more. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.